Have you ever wanted to collect random items and build a massive pile to the moon? Well, there's a game out there for you that I think you'll like. Raving Rabbids, once best buddies with the legendary Rayman, finally got their big break with their very own game. Today, I'll be reviewing Rabbids Go Home, a collectathon platformer game developed by Ubisoft and made for the Nintendo Wii. What is the gameplay like? Is there a story in the game? Is the game bad? All of these questions will be answered in this video, as well as telling you what happens when you 100% the game. What was that? What is that? What is going on here? The gameplay is very simple. One rabbit pushes around a cart collecting things, while a second rabbit yells, which is their form of an attack. There is a secret third rabbit that is fired from your Wii remote. This is their second, heavy quotations, attack because it can only stun enemies or knock objects down. It is very simple in terms of mechanics, which is great since this is a simple collectathon game. Your whole goal is to collect as many extra small items on your way to the extra large item of that level. The extra small items are usually the same, but the extra large differs from level to level. The movement does become more complex as the levels go on, with the biggest and greatest change being the ability to drift. By making the turn in a circle, your wheels will start to spark, which gives you a boost, allowing you to make jumps previously impossible and suddenly gaining the ability to hit a half pipe. There is another ability gained later on with the ability to drive on water. It is really not that special. The movement is just a little more slippery. Very basic, very simple gameplay, but is the story just as simple? You're gonna want to see this. I'm sorry, wow, that sounded clickbait. I don't know how else to talk, I'm a YouTuber, you know? Life is completely normal and everyone's closing in for the night. However, rabbits, for reasons we do not fully understand, can only sleep on round light sources. My two rabbits want to go to sleep, but all of the lanterns are taken up by other rabbits. So I came up with the fantastic idea to steal items and build a trash pile so tall that it reaches the moon. After learning how to grab items in the junkyard, I move on to steal large items from the city. I start at a shopping mall, where I learned that I can scare the clothes off of people.
That's kind of weird, man.
It's not what it looks like. I'm getting them ready for the beach episode?
Dude, are you okay?
I found a UFO type thing, but it's the first extra large object I get for the pile. But then the question becomes, how do I get all of these objects to the junkyard? Through a toilet. I don't know what you were expecting, it's a kid's game. I make it to Center City, which is just a little hub in between levels with small items for me to collect. It's a nice little city, nothing too big, but... Is that Take Me Home Country Roads by John Denver? Oh, this is rich! Fallout 76 fan? That's right, fan as in singular. You can eat your heart out. Then I go to an office where it's basically the same thing. I know, wild, right? A collectathon kids game and the levels all feel the same? I wouldn't expect anything less. I did get a big clock and the ability to customize my rabbits. So I did my best to make myself, and I gotta say, there's an uncanny difference. I actually kidnap a terminally ill person, like an actual kidnap. But unlike the other extra large items, I can force the sick person to cough up to 3 times, allowing me to fly through the air, giving me better platforming challenges. Then I got a diving board, which is nowhere near a pole, before checking in on the pile that I have. It doesn't reach the moon. Shocking, I know, I need to steal more stuff. I get introduced to the new enemies, Verminators. They are just humans, but they will try to trap and kill me with bombs. By the way, you should hit subscribe. At least they only take 2 hits to defeat. The second section has a lot of the same plain levels, where I get a satellite, another UFO thing, and another kidnapping. At least some of the levels do try to change it up, like with the cow, I need to keep pace with the truck. Or when I stole a plane turbine by serving it through the airport, killing everyone in my path. Right, like I know they don't die in the game, but like... The rabbits would be mass murderers in real life! Everyone to be torn to shreds! Anyways, the pile is still not big enough. There are unique levels in the third part, like with the atomic battery thing where the whole level is dark, and a tire level where I had to climb a mountain by bouncing off of walls. Then there are more generic levels where I get a desk, a cow, and another plane turbine. Something I start to notice is that the levels just start ending as soon as I get the extra large items. All of the beginning levels I had to carry the extra large items to its final destination. destination. But now it's just the level's over once I get the extra large item. And I don't like this because the whole game is about stealing it. I don't feel like I'm stealing anything, man. I want to steal. I want to take. I'm robbing you while you sleep. In the 4th section, there are a lot of generic levels. There's another cow chase level, a boiler, a Christmas tree, a Lincoln Memorial, and another kidnapping. It's the same sick person, by the way. This guy literally just keeps escaping, and the rabbits go get him just to kidnap him again. There's really only one unique level in this section where I was in an open sandbox. No other areas, no linear level. I just go around this sandbox collecting enough items to get a car. I also never mentioned that there are these little mini games that you can play with a rabbit. Oh god, the game froze. I don't remember when the last time I saved was. Oh, please Ubisoft, please tell me you put an autosave into the game. Oh, thank you, Ubisoft. Thank you. I promise I'll never make fun of you again for abandoning projects when they stop making money like For Honor, or for having people pay upwards of $150 to play a game on its release date. Or for being French. I just skipped the 5th segment because I just had enough stuff to move on to the final segment where I steal some fine china, but I'm on the base. And a plane. Like an actual plane. Like an actual plane. I can do the final level, and it's a challenging level where I try to get the final extra large item, another cow, to make the pile big enough to reach the moon. But the whole time, humans are trying to stop me, and I have to go through difficult platforming challenges. But I finally add the cow to the pile, and still can't reach the moon, because the rabbits don't understand perspective. The humans then blow up the pile of trash, launching the rabbits into space, taking them home. Yeah, it's an alright game. Collectathon type games can get really bland really quickly if there's not a lot of level diversity. Rabbids Go Home sadly becomes very bland after the very first segment. It's the fact that a lot of the maps look so similar, if not exactly the same. It's hard to complain that every level is the same because that's the whole point. It was great how they sprinkled unique levels like the plane turbines and the 2 bouncing levels. It felt like a nice break from the regular levels. The levels are easy, and of course they are. It's a kids game, but it had great difficulty progression, especially with the drift feature that they introduced later in the game. Now having to boost off of ramps, making the platforming feel more personal, like it's not just some automatic jump. I didn't care much about being able to drive on water, as that didn't add much to the game at all. The later levels truly do feel more difficult, only because the platforming becomes harder. The platforming itself isn't any different. They just make it so that whenever you fail a jump, you die. The graphics make me laugh because they already have these really well-made rabbit models. Then everything else looks like an intern's first 3D model that was made in 30 minutes. You might be thinking that this is the Wii's fault. They might not be used to making games for this console. Then you remember that this is the 4th Rabbids game on the Wii alone. This is the first Rabbids only game though. Raymond is no more, he has been completely killed off. It's weird with the direction they decided to go, as all of the Raving Rabbids games before this were party games, and now it's a collectathon? There's not much of a story. It's just rabbits want to go home, rabbits go home. But there is some incredible environmental storytelling, with the Verminators getting stronger as the levels go on, to the citizens starting to wear their own hazmat suits. Even the terminally sick person who started the game with a crush on his nurse marries her by the end of the game. I still just find it so funny that it was the same guy over and over. Hey, where do you think you're going? We're going to the moon! The music is weird. They have so many copyrighted songs like Country Road, Somebody to Love, Boogie Wonderland. I don't know how they got so many copyrighted songs, and of course they all sound good. But what about the songs actually made for the game? Well, I tell you, they really love the trumpet. All of the songs sound okay, but the same. The only thing wrong with the game is that, yeah, it gets samey as the game goes on, everything looks so bland, and this cutscene. I'm not joking. This cutscene shows up everywhere, before a level, after a level, going to the city, leaving the city. It gets really annoying really fast. Nevertheless, I tried to collect every item I could to light up all of the stars in order to 100% the game. At 31,750 feet, you need to perfect every level in the game to get that.
Come on, you gotta do it. You're a gamer.
No. I'm not the completionist. I probably maybe would perhaps donate the money given to me. I'll just search out what happens.
Shiro, I can't believe this. Throwing away your own dignity and gamer status? How pathetic.
Nothing happens.
What?
Nothing happens. Just the star at the top lights up. There's no secret cutscene, no secret level. Nothing happens when you 100% the game. Well, he's in shock. You should watch my Cult to the Lamb video. It's pretty good.
So that's it.